Hey guys, what's up? I'm Seth.
And I'm Megan.
And this is Navigating Minimalism. If you're just now watching or viewing the videos on our channel, Megan is a travel nurse, and I recently quit my job as a police officer.
Attention all units. Unit 332 is ending tour for the final time as an HPD officer. We appreciate your hard work and the dedication you've shown during your time with Harrisonburg Police Department. We wish you luck with all your future endeavors, and as always, stay safe. 1931.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bobby.
431-332, thank you for your service.
421-332. Be safe out there. Thanks for everything.
Admin 8 to 332. Good job. Thanks for your service. Stay safe.
And we are currently just traveling the country full time. Our first stop for 13 weeks is going to be Sarasota, Florida, or the Bradenton area. Megan is going to be working at Lake Medical Hospital. And today, we're moving. So we got up at about 6 a.m. this morning with the intentions to leave between 6:30 and 7 a.m. That did not happen. We did not end up leaving until probably, 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
So we're traveling with our two cats. You can see the cages here in the background. Our old 5-year-old cat, Oliver, and our 9-month-old?
8-month-old.
8-month-old kitten, Kenna. So both do not enjoy traveling at all for any amount of time. So we thought we would be nice. We bought them 2 very, very large cages that are meant for medium to large sized dogs. We have big plush memory foam cushions in there for them to lay on. We got the no spill water containers. And then we thought, well, we're gonna be in this car today for like 10 hours, so they need litter boxes. So we bought reusable litter boxes for each cat. The first 10 seconds of the trip was going to plan. And we got about a half hour down the road to where we were getting our coffee, and we looked back, and there is wet litter all over the back of the car. Now, if you watched in our other videos, you know that we just bought this brand new 2021 Volkswagen Atlas to essentially travel the country in. So this is kind of like our home right now. However, it's a disaster. Like I said, neither cat likes to travel. We both took them to the vet. We got checkups done, and both cats were prescribed anti-anxiety medication, which until about 2 hours in has not worked, which they told us was normal. But we had to stop in the middle of the rain, get in the back of the little U-Haul trailer that we're pulling, and clean out the back of the car to the best of our abilities. Their water was covered in litter, they're both covered in litter, and finally they're both sleeping. So, like I said, today our first stop is going to be Jacksonville, Florida. We're staying in a small tiny home Airbnb tonight, and that footage you saw in the beginning is probably the most visibility we've had so far. If you're not familiar, the East Coast is getting hit with Tropical Storm Zena right now, and it is almost like whiteout condition driving. You can't really see anything, at least nothing that matters. And that's pretty much for the next probably 6 to 8 hours what we're going to be driving in at like 65 miles an hour. So we're not going to video everything today. Today is just kind of boring, all about travel. But if anything interesting happens, we'll keep you updated. All right, so we are currently sitting on Interstate 81, And for anyone who lives or has spent time on Interstate 81, it is considered one of the most dangerous interstate corridors on the East Coast, and possibly one of the top couple in the country. More deaths on the East Coast, traffic related, supposedly happen on the 81 corridor as opposed to any other corridor on the East Coast. If you look here, you'll see that there is 1, 2, 3 trucks, and as far back as we can see and as far forward as we can see, it's tractor trailer trucks. Now, not saying anything bad about their driving, but this is a very small, like you can see the width of the road. Here's the white line, right here's the white line. It's a small road. It's not meant to handle the hundreds of thousands of trucks that are on it every day. So, like I said, we're currently stopped. We inch up little by little. I think there's a traffic accident on the southbound lane that's currently got traffic backed up like 6 miles. It says there's a detour, but I have not come to see this detour yet. So we'll see. So, while we're waiting, let's try to explain what travel nursing is for those of you who don't know. So, when you become a nurse, typically the idea is that you go work for a hospital. And I would say probably that's what most people do, right?
Yeah.
They go work for a hospital. And, you know, they try to build their career there. They advance, they get different certifications, they go back to school. A lot of hospitals are really good about paying for people's schools with certain obligations that you have to fulfill if they pay for your schooling. The other side of nursing is travel nursing. So what you do is you are employed by like a third-party vendor, and it's kind of like a travel agency in a way. So you get assigned to this travel agent, and this agent helps you figure out what you want to do. Now you can go anywhere in the country as long as it's within the states, and they help you kind of navigate the system. So I don't know, is it every single hospital in the country that has travel nurse assignments, or do only certain hospitals that are big enough reach out?
It's only the hospitals that have like a need for travel nurses and want to pay for travel nurses.
So what would be the benefit of a hospital paying for travel nurses rather than just hiring other nurses?
Well, the ultimate goal would be for them to hire full-time staff, because then they have that long-term commitment. But a lot of places have a hard time keeping up with staffing, like people that want to be there. So they might hire 1 or 2 over the course of 6 months, but they might have a need for 4 nurses at that time. So then they would supplement with travel nurses to help with staffing.
So the upside to this is, like with any business, when there is a need, businesses are usually willing to pay for that need. So the biggest draw to travel nursing is the pay. You might have hospitals that pay $1,200 a week, and then depending on your certifications or where you go or what floor you're able to work on, you may find gigs that are upwards of $3,500 a week. Now, if you're a nurse practitioner, correct, and you're on the ICU floors and all of the COVID stuff right now, we've seen jobs for as high as $5,000 to $8,000 a week. Now, those I'm sure are highly competitive. Megan is an RN BSN. She's not a nurse practitioner yet.
No.
So we're not limited in the pay aspect. There's a huge pay band. But the other side to it is travel. So like I said, you know, our first place is Florida. And who knows where we'll go after that. It could be Arizona, it could be California, it could be Colorado, Hawaii. Who knows? Who knows where we'll end up? At this point, there's no real certifications that Megan's gonna gain from this, and there's no advancement as far as staying in a particular hospital and advancing up the ladder. So right now it's just going to be gaining experience, adding all of these different places to the resume, and then, you know, who knows where we'll end up after we're done traveling. Who knows how long we're going to travel? We don't know. But that's down and dirty of travel nursing. There's tons and tons of different companies. Megan is going with Medical Solutions, which is the oldest and the most popular.
Yeah, a lot of people use medical solutions.
So from what I've gathered, and I might be wrong, but this is just what I've read because we trust everything on the internet. It seems to be kind of the pioneer of travel nursing. They get a lot of the first, the hospitals reach out to them first with these exclusive deals. They get all kinds of like pay bumps. So if you're looking to get into travel nursing, reach out to Medical Solutions. Not only do they pay you every week a very large sum every week, but you also get a housing stipend. That's a pretty hefty stipend, and I think actually in Sarasota we're going to be using almost all of that monthly stipend for housing. And then they give you a grocery allowance, and some will even do travel reimbursement. They'll reimburse you up to like maybe $500 or something like that. So you just got to pick which one is best for you, but I would say at this point in the game, we recommend Medical Solutions because we've looked into the other ones, Megan's talked to the other ones, and this one just seems to be the most popular, the best. They seem to have everything kind of squared away. And then on top of that, the benefits are extremely well with Medical Solutions. All right, so it's been about an hour. We went maybe half a mile, but we're finally back. Traffic is broken, and hopefully the rest of the trip looks pretty good, except for that. All right, so as you've seen, we are in North Carolina. We're around Elkin, North Carolina. We stopped for a late lunch. We decided that Chick-fil-A would be our choice of lunch today, and neither Megan nor I are big on fast food. We're not really big on eating out much at all. We'd much rather eat at home and save special occasions for going out to a much nicer restaurant. But we decided that with the cats in the car and just everything that we're traveling with, it would be much more efficient and a little more ethical for the cats if we just got something fast food. So we pull into Chick-fil-A, and the only option available is the drive-thru, and they do not allow trailers through the drive-thru. So we went to Zaxby's Chicken, which, let me tell you, that's nothing to write home about. It was good. I'm thankful they were open. Everything inside was very, very clean. The food just wasn't great, and it might just be our personal preference. But we're back on the road. It says here that we have 422 miles to do this evening. So hopefully we can get those out pretty quick and pretty efficiently. Traffic, once again, is moving incredibly slow. We are going 15 miles an hour. So it says our estimated time of arrival is 9:12 p.m. Now, correction to what I said earlier, we're not actually going to Jacksonville. We're going to a town just north of there called Kingsland. It's actually in Georgia. So that's where our Airbnb is going to be this evening. And I've never been there. I've never even heard of Kingsland. So I'm interested to see where we're staying.
And if our U-Haul makes it.
And if our U-Haul makes it. Alright, so as you can see, we are once again stuck in traffic. We are just south of Charlotte. And this easy 10-hour trip is now turning into 13, 14, probably 15 hours by the time we're done, just because of how bad traffic has been today. We are currently on the hunt for a gas station slash restroom. The last couple have been closed, I'm assuming for COVID reasons. But I'll update you again later as we fight our way through traffic. Alright, so we are finally in South Carolina. It only took all day, but we're here. I think we got about 4 hours left, somewhere in that time frame. I did want to apologize for the terrible audio. I did not even think about getting out my mic and all of that this morning. So it's packed in the back of the trailer and my camera bag. And so yeah, you're just gonna have to deal for today with terrible audio. So I'm sorry. Now it'll probably be too late when we get there tonight to film the outside of the tiny house, but don't worry, I am gonna get some cool drone footage. It's actually on a KOA campground, which is kind of cool. I've never stayed on anything like that before, so I'm not sure how it works. The owner just texted me and said, hey, the keys are inside, the information's in the registration box. Neither of Megan nor I really know what that means, so I guess we'll find out. And like the natural turn of events today, if something can go wrong, it will go wrong. So we'll see. All right, so after nearly 14 hours, we have officially made it to our Airbnb. And when I say tiny house, it is the definition of tiny house. I was gonna do a full review tour, but as you can see here, here's the front door. And literally that's the house. That's it. It's one room, it's a studio. It's super clean, everything's nice. So we're gonna bring the cats in and I will see you all again in the morning. So right there it was. Pretty small, single room, kind of like a studio apartment. It was pretty nice. It was not the cleanest that we've ever stayed in, but you know, would I stay in it again? Probably not. Was it a cool experience? Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we're in a KOA parking lot, so we have all this around us, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get out of here. All right, so we are no more than 5 minutes on the road. and we are finally in the state of Florida. It says we have 264 miles left to drive this morning. Hopefully we can get that in under the 4 hours that it's calling for. So we should be there. I think check-in opens at 3 for our Airbnb. So we'll get there right after. There goes 1, 2, 3 Ferraris. 4 Ferraris. Welcome to the state of Florida. Alright, so as you can finally see, we are in our Airbnb here in Bradenton. We got in at about 3:30, 4 o'clock. The building we're staying in is very interesting. It's a condo here in West Bradenton? West Bradenton. And it is for mainly very old people. Like, old. Which, nothing against them. They just do things a little bit differently. But we had to park on the opposite side of the building and unload all the contents from our vehicle and our U-Haul trailer and bring them all the way through to our condo.
In a shopping cart.
In a shopping cart from a Winn-Dixie. When 20 foot that way, there was a door to the parking lot where we could have parked at. So, never mind any of that. Let's just look at what we're going to be living in.
Alright, so Seth wanted me to give the tour. This is our living room. Pretty nice, big and spacious. If you come this way, we have the kitchen, which has some pretty nice amenities. We got a dishwasher, we got our fridge and stove and some cooking stuff, even though we brought some along. But overall, it's pretty nice. This is the bedroom. It's pretty big. We have our own TV. And we are super excited because we finally have, I think this is a king size bed or a queen size bed. For the past 2-3 weeks, we've been living off of a full, and it's been pretty miserable.
Yeah, so at my parents' house, which is after we moved out of our house, we stayed there for 2 weeks, and we were very gracious for them allowing us to just kind of store all of our stuff so we didn't have to get a U-Haul or a storage unit. But sleeping on a memory foam full size with 2 cats was pretty miserable.
Coming off of the bedroom, it brings you into the master bath, which has 2 sinks. And then you flip around here, you got the toilet, and then a nice tub shower. So from the kitchen area, it brings you into the little dining area. So then if you come this way, it brings you into the little guest room, which has a bunk bed. And then it brings you over to another little bed. And now that I look at it, I'm pretty sure this is a trundle. Yep. So an extra bed.
With a very creepy mermaid doll.
Alright, last but not least is the extra bathroom and the shower, which is actually nicer than the one in the master bathroom.
So, after everything in the house, it's pretty spacious, it's pretty nice. My favorite thing though, and probably where I will spend the most time, is out here. This is a fully screened in lanai. It's pretty nice. You can see the parking lot here. Our vehicle is conveniently parked here. We didn't park in the assigned parking, which is on the other side of the building, primarily because the space was too small to fit the vehicle. So there's guest parking back here. Hopefully we don't get towed, which I don't think we will. There's no passes or anything like that, but this is pretty nice, and someone absolutely loves it out here. Ever since we've gotten here, we opened the door. This is where he's been, and you can see if we go to pick him up. Come on, let's go. He does not enjoy it. He is fascinated with outside since we've gotten him. He's loved it outside. So we're trying to work with him on a harness to be able to take him on adventures, but he's definitely the braver one out of the two. The other one is hiding under the bed currently. He doesn't like new things. The pool. And remember what I said, this is a very old community, and so I can't imagine there's going to be a lot of swimming. Alright, so we're planning this evening to just go get dinner. We're going to spend the weekend relaxing. Probably not going to film at all the rest of the weekend. We definitely have things that we want to do while we're here. We'd like to take a trip down to the Everglades, hang out in the Everglades. Definitely Siesta Key Beach is absolutely one of our favorite beaches to go to. So we'll probably be spending some time there. I think this evening we're going to try to hit dinner at a place called Pier 22. It's right up on the water in Bradenton. Of course, we're going to just go pick it up, come back, and finish out some Peaky Blinders on Netflix. For those of you asking what it is I am going to do, I don't know. So I will be working just in content creation, not only for this channel, but for another channel that I run and another Instagram, where most of my business parts come from, and that's the Caniculturist. So if you want to go check that out on YouTube as well as Instagram and Twitter. I'm not very active on Twitter, but I am on Twitter. That's what I do. So it's just high profile content creation for cannabis and CBD companies. So definitely go check it out. But definitely subscribe to this channel because this is where all of our adventures are gonna be posted up at. Alright, so thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, because I know after you've watched this video and you realized how crazy our lives are, you've definitely subscribed because you want to see more. What I wanted to talk about really quick, and I'm gonna leave descriptions in the links in the description below. This whole like 2 days of travel has just been crazy. Two big things: one company that I affiliate for, and another company which I don't, but they did send me something for free. So True Classic Tees, I've been wearing these t-shirts the entire trip. They're incredibly comfortable, they're super soft, they keep their shape, and they look great. They've been incredibly comfortable to travel in. The cat is currently trying to climb up the screen, so that's not good. But they're incredibly comfortable. Use code BURNINGVP, that's BURNINGVP, all one word, for 15% off your entire order. Like I said, check the link in the description below. The other thing is these shorts. These are from 1,000 Miles Global. These are their navy blue. They are stretchy. They're stretchy in the waistband. They have two pretty deep pockets. Definitely fits the phone rather well. They have two zippered pockets in the back and a drawstring to be able to tie them, but they are a button and zipper. I've been wearing these both days of travel, and typically with shorts you find bunching, they get tight, they get uncomfortable. This is like wearing a pair of basketball shorts, but you could wear them with a button down and they look amazing. So definitely do me a favor, go check them out and tell them I sent you.